Hey, again, what did I say about it being live, everybody? We're doing a quick little swap there. Hey, that's on me. You know what? You got to keep a better eye on what's rolling on, but you know what we are ready for? We are absolutely ready for LeifOtter and that 3-deck random seed no skips run of Balatro. Take it away, Otter.
Hello, thanks. I'm top 5 of my category, not all the categories. I wish I was that good at this game. Anyways, welcome to Balatro. This is a poker-themed roguelite. We're going to go fast. We're going to get some dopamine. Let's get rolling right on in with our first deck, the Plasma deck. So, this is a round, and a round consists of 3 blinds. A small blind, a big blind, and a boss blind. In order to beat the blind... Oh, I'm so sorry. I've got an in-game timer, if a pause is necessary. I'm going to continue my shopping in the meantime. Get a joker to get to some money. Cool. Alright, so. Tech issues aside, welcome to Balatro. So, the way that we get the points that we need to beat these blinds is by playing out poker hands, and we'll get some amount of chips and some amount of multiplier. And that gives us an equation that gives us points, and it makes the numbers go up, and it gives us a lot of dopamine. The Plasma deck is weird. Normally, you know how math works. You take one side and you multiply the other side. Not so with the Plasma deck. We're doing, I believe the mathematical operation is we're averaging out the results of the pair. So we take the total here, 60 plus 2, and divide it by 2, and then split it across either side, and that's why you have much bigger numbers that you get out of the Plasma deck. So, reason we choose this in a speedrun. It's volatile, but consistent, and that's kind of a weird thing to say. It's volatile insofar as in PB attempts, the Plasma deck can be like a 5-minute run, or it can be like a 15-minute run. But it's consistent insofar as there are a lot of jokers that will be giving us abilities that can help us get through safely. Now, we have a little bit of a source of finances right now in this Cloud 9, but we need a little bit more juice to carry us through this hand. All right, not the hand I was looking to play. I was trying to build a flush, but I will take a full house. So, in order to best abuse what the... Okay, you know what? It's not the fastest, but I'm going to grab him for now. So, in order to best make use of the Plasma deck's unique features... Oh, nice, a blue joker as well. Beautiful. We want to be stacking up chips. If we can get that one number big, it's going to be chips. Chips are much easier to get big than mult in general. So, we've got blue joker that just gives us a lot of chips per card in our deck. We've got money. We've got a reroll joker that's effectively money. Oh, stencil. We want that to show up later when we want mult. And hiker here is pretty nice. Every time we play a card, he will permanently buff how many chips that card gives out. And it's a little slow to watch the animation, but when we're talking about consistency and marathon safety, that's what we're looking at. So given that, oh, I want Wii Joker to work in a run, but it's dangerous, unfortunately. We'll take a spectral deck for fun. We've got various packs that will show up throughout the run. They'll give us cards, they'll give us little abilities and effects that let us manipulate the cards in our deck, let us manipulate our jokers. Let's do a quick little burner test and see. Okay, we're barely passing this blind here. That's about good. We have a lot of hands here, and when we have a joker like Hiker that scales the effectiveness of our deck, we want to be ideally getting the most out of that scaling without compromising too much on speed. We'll take a look at the Spectral pack, just in case there's something cool. Okay, wasn't ready for this in the marathon. I'm going to grab it for fun. I doubt it's going to be useful. Okay, maybe not. So, Chico here, Legendary Joker. We got some spice right out the gate. This is going to disable the effect of every boss blind. Normally, that is a thing that we have to be very cautious of during the run. You can have certain boss blinds that can completely brick certain strategies. We are not going to have to worry about that thanks to our homeboy Chico here. So, with that added bit of safety, hey Addy, nice to meet you. I know we're kind of flying by the seat of our pants here, but wanted to check in and see, hey, are there any donations or anything else that you'd like to call attention to right now while we cruise through this boss blind?
Absolutely, Leif. I got you covered. We have a $100 donation from Breve Dog. And they have no comment, but thank you so much, Brief Dog, for that $100 donation. And they attributed that to the Wispy's Forest OOB Trick Showcase. Thank you so much for that generous donation.
Very cool stuff. Awesome. Oh, Castle. That's one that we'll want to see later. So we're doing the Plasma deck now. I'm gonna get into some of the more standard Balatro strategy details once we get out of the Plasma deck. Because of the volatility and because of the potential speed gains, we like to try and get Plasma deck out of the way first. You're gonna see this deck in PB attempts absolutely first. Just because you'll have a run that's so decisive either really fast or you'll know somewhat quickly in like really fast PB attempts if it's like, okay, maybe this one's not going to be it. Ooh, trading card, nah. So we've got a lot of money. I don't want to spend too much of it. There are some jokers, they are at uncommon and not at common. Each joker has a rarity. There are some uncommon jokers that give us a ton of chips. The notorious suspects that we're going to be keeping an eye out for are Stuntman, who just gives us a big, huge 250 chips flat at the cost of 2 of our hand size. And we're also going to be looking for Bull, which is a joker that scales off of how much money we have. All right, our face cards are not debuffed. Thank you, Chico.
Leif, is it okay if I just pop in with a super donation that just came in?
Oh, absolutely, please.
We got a $1,000 donation from Pristine Caffeine. Holy caffeination. We got a $1,000 donation, Pristine Caffeine, and they say here to support the best I can. Caffeine, thank you so very much. Your generosity completely blew me away. Wow, we are now at $11,558 for Trans Lifeline. Thank you so much, everybody.
Yo, that is a sick donation. Incredible. Awesome. All right. Woo, it's got me jittering. Okay, sweet. We have an excellent voucher here. So Grabber there that I just purchased, that just gives us 1 extra hand per round. When we can play hands that are worth like half the entire blind in points, getting 1 more is pretty huge. I'm going to level up straight. I'm not super excited to do so just because we're not necessarily trying to play a ton of straights. Later on, we will be running a different deck, the Abandoned deck. That deck tends to play straights a little bit more easily. It's lacking face cards, so you have more opportunities to hit something that is going to fit neatly into a line. I'd love to see a 6. There we go. And the other benefit of playing straights here, again, we have to deal with the slow hiker animations, but our deck is getting progressively better and better, especially in the chip department, which is going to be most important for pulling us out of nasty situations. I'm going to sell Cloud9 now. It's definitely paid for itself. I want to grab something that gives us a little bit more chips, because I'm noticing that our totals are not as high as I would like them to be in some of these hands. I do like money. I'd like to see Herbert just doubles the money that you have up to a maximum of 20. Any more? Let's see. Ooh, Devious Joker. Do I want that? Do I want that? I'm going to say no. I think we're good with this current arrangement of Jokers. I'm going to put some value on the free rerolls. Let's see. Can we get some aces? That's not what I asked for, but I'll take it. So, nice things about, I'm generally gravitating toward the left-hand side of my screen here. Not only just because, like, face cards are worth more... Oh, okay, that's absolutely worth taking over a Sly Joker. So, face cards in general are just going to be worth more chips to us. That's, like, prime reason to be playing towards them. It's closest to where the play hand button is. And if I'm already trying to play big things, it's more likely the stuff to the left of my hand is going to be upgraded. So if I'm playing to the left side of my hand, it's more likely I'm going to be hitting the hiker jokers. I want to be ideally playing and not thinking too hard about my plays. In a super ideal world, you're just making so many chips out of this that you're just slamming high card after high card, and you don't really have to worry too much about, like, oh, am I going to be able to pull off a hand that gets us out of here? I'm going to level up straight here. We have a little bit of that concern now. I don't think we're in a super duper dangerous spot, but it's looking dicey. We haven't found any of the super duper knockout punch jokers that really like can seal a run. Hiker's been great. Oh, okay, this is good. Overstock is great. So if we're relying on rerolls, we want to see as much as we can. And having extra card slots in the shop is just a pretty quick and dirty way of getting there. Come on, Wheel of Fortune. Nope. That is a rare but very nice joker, or very nice little buff card. What it will do is it will just potentially apply something like this holographic modifier to one of our jokers up there. Ooh, we have a straight. Beautiful. But yeah, current Joker composition, we're getting some modest chips out of Blue Joker. We're getting some modest chips out of our Scary Face. Hiker is definitely pulling in a lot more weight than... It's the sort of thing where, like, I really wish there was a good way of getting the number analytics down to know just how impactful some of these Jokers are. It's so hard, and you run into such weird circumstances. I don't want to burn all my money. It's going to be rough, because now if Bull shows up, we might be in trouble. We might not have enough to actually get much leverage out of him.
So I noticed, Leif, I saw one of my favorite cards, the throwback card. Do you have a card that you love to see? Like, if you see it, it's made your entire day?
Oh, gosh. Which one is my favorite? If I'm playing casually, if I see DNA, I get extremely, extremely excited. I just like having some sort of ridiculous gimmick to like what my deck consists of that shouldn't be feasible. If we're talking speedruns, I said Daredevil or Stuntman. That's just like the go-to, the best thing that you can possibly be looking for. Let's see. These guys, they have enough extra chips on them that I'll hold off for a moment. Okay, we should definitely make 5K here. The question is going to be by how much? Dangerous, 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 dangerous. No, we're not. Oh, no, that's bad. Okay, let's try really quick to do a quick little rerun. I was hoping that wouldn't happen. So one thing about Balatro, this run is cursed. This deck is cursed. That's such a bummer. I was really hoping Hiker would pull us through a bit more. That's a lot of time. Now my in-game timer is inaccurate as well. Here, I'll fix that. That will make production happy.
It's all right, Leif. You gotta keep it rolling, right? And you're doing a great job, everybody. We got a $5 donation from Rubicante, previous host. They did a great job behind the mic. And that $5 went to Blue in that Tunic bid ward. Rubicante says, card games on motorcycles. Also, chat, donate with your high hand score on Balatro. Mine is 1.3 billion. I don't think I can put my high score on here. I would not recover financially from any of this.
Oh, gosh. We love seeing the letter E. Any Joker that lets us see the letter E makes us very happy. So, okay, new run, new start. We're going to just ignore everything that happened in the past 10-ish minutes and cast our wishes into the sea. We got a decent Joker here to kind of carry us. Oh, this is actually a decent little pairing. So we have Arrowhead, which gives us a plus 50 chips anytime any Spade card is played. And we have Chad. And we like Chad. I have mixed opinions about Chad because I don't like that Chad makes animations take forever. But instead of just getting 50 chips out of playing a high card, we got 150 because it re-triggered twice. So Chad and Arrowhead here are going to be our buddies. Ooh, Immolate. I like $20. Lost some spades there, but not a huge deal. So we're just going to keep on plugging through. Oh, we had a king spade all along. And like already, just 2 Jokers at the start of this run in Ante 2, and we're like making the kind of score that would have saved us in the previous run. That's the volatility of the Plasma deck in action. Wonderful, wonderful runner, and actually kind of the inspiration for like me picking up this run, and definitely where a lot of my study and research went. Sixa had this run at GDQ, and this deck right here, the Plasma deck, was a nightmare to him. So I'm here for vengeance. The Plasma deck has hands tonight, apparently. It did not want to give me an easy time. But
the Plasma giveth and the Plasma taketh.
No kidding. Oh my gosh. So we got an extra nice supplementary Joker, Marble Joker. So there are some... I'm going to grab that just because it's foil. We have a couple of interesting Jokers. We have Square Joker here, which is a funky little scaling Joker. It scales when your hand consists of exactly 4 cards, and it adds 4 chips, and that's not a lot. It's slow. It does add up. All right, Hiker, you betrayed me last time. I'm sorry. I have trust issues with you now. All right, no repeat hand types this round, so we're going to do a thing where we play a pair. And it's going to be way more than enough. So, scaling off a Square Joker, that's pretty good. We've also got, Banana. We want to see that Banana more and more later. That's another very happy Joker. It's a Moltz Joker, though, so because we're playing Plasma deck, we don't really care too much about it. So, my favorite poker hand, that one. Is that high card? If you put a rock on the table at your local poker night, does anyone get mad at you? That's, we've got the lovely entourage of delightful Jokers here. This is what we were hoping for more at the beginning of the first run. So, Arrowhead, we already discussed how cool that is. Square Joker, it's fine. The foil is really worth more as a flat 50 chips. Banner, plus 30 chips for every remaining discard. So if we're just simply not ever discarding and just playing high cards, that's another just flat 90 chips. So we've got several chips that are giving us, or several Jokers that are giving us chips. We've got things that are adding cards to our deck that are giving us chips. We've got things that repeat the stuff that gives us chips. We've got something that's a little bit more akin to what I would want to see out of an early run, especially for Plasma deck. This is feeling a lot more comfortable than the previous run by far. Now, all of that said, now that we've hit what will hopefully be an actually stabilizing point in the run, any donations or any other fun updates?
Absolutely, Leif. Thank you. I got you covered. Everybody, you are watching Fastest First Fall Fest 2024 in support of Trans Lifeline. In 2024, November 13th to the 19th marked the annual Transgender Awareness Week, and November 20th marked the annual Transgender Day of Remembrance. We are proud to be putting on this event in the hope of raising awareness of the issues facing transgender and gender non-conforming people everywhere. We encourage you to support Trans Lifeline and their life-saving work by making a donation using the command !donate in chat, and for more information, please visit www.translifeline.org.
Thank you. All right, this is a rough blind in particular, this boss blind, because 0 discards. That completely nerfs our banner. Fortunately, we have enough other stuff going for us that it's not going to be too much of a problem. One thing to note, Chad is very particular about what card is the first card. You do actually have to drag something over if you want it to take precedence. This game is not kind about playing the best cards for you. You have to do a lot of dragging and shuffling around of Jokers to get the most out of them. Oh, Grabber with a... All right, this is a much happier hand for... or much happier setup for Grabber. Still going to do a little bit of shopping while we have the bandwidth to do so. I know we're trying to keep things running along, but keeping things running along means making sure that we don't die again if we can avoid that. So let's try to take some steps in that direction. Oh, World is excellent. So that's a thing that we would be fishing for out of an Arcana pack. This just converts cards into spades. So I can just do this now, and now we have those forever. Curious how much a flush will be worth. Oh, I love seeing those fire.
That's great.
Love to see it. It's just... you can't be mad at this game for too long, no matter what happens, because as soon as you get to, like, make the numbers go up again, it's like, I'm calm. What could possibly have upset me about this silly poker roguelite? Nothing. We have beautiful, beautiful numbers.
All right, so Leif, I got to ask you the question. Other than, like, the Plasma deck, do you have maybe, like, a guilty pleasure deck that you will break out if you're just looking to go ham or have a fun time?
I like Suffering, so I am a black deck enthusiast. I know a lot of people generally don't like that one, and for those unfamiliar, the black deck has the penalty of you have one fewer hand to work with, but you get an extra Joker slot just permanently from the start of your run. So you have a rough opening, but once you get out of that opening, you're sailing. You're in incredibly good shape. So as someone who is an enthusiast for like really, speaking of big and spicy, for really big spicy runs with high ceilings and casual play, having that one extra Joker slot right out the gate does so much. But it is, oh yay, we got a blue Joker too. All right, square Joker, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to bid you farewell. So blue Joker is particularly nice with marble Joker because the marble and certificate. Ooh, interesting. Are we dishing Arrowhead? Nah, not for that much scaling. I had to think about it for a moment. So marble Joker is scaling our blue Joker because it's adding cards to our deck. So every time we get to just do a new blind, this blue Joker will be stronger than it was in the previous run, which is great. Obviously, we want that. We could have grabbed the certificate, which also adds cards to your hand rather than your deck at the beginning of each blind. Thought about it. Nah. I think the Arrowhead is maybe a little bit safer. And now we can see what happens when we let Marble Joker go to town for a while.
Oh, that's lovely.
I love my favorite poker hand, Rock.
We've got some love for the Abandoned deck. We had some love for the Anaglyph deck. And for me, you know what? It's the Checkered deck.
Oh, well, okay. If you're Abandoned and Checkered deck fans, rejoice. Those are going to be the next two decks. We like the Abandoned deck because it's easy straights, easy full houses, and you have some Jokers that are just free wins, like Ride the Bus, which is, hey, if you don't have face cards in your deck, get a bonus. Hey, we don't have face cards in this deck for sure. That's another Rock. Fun little sorting trick. If you see a face-up Rock and there's a card to the right of it that's face down, it's a Rock. Play the one that's a spade, just in case. And Checker deck, I mean, easy flushes. It's a hand that you can play almost all the time. It scales pretty nicely with Celestial packs if you don't get Jokers that help you too much, so you got some good choices there. What other decks do I like? You mentioned Anaglyph deck. That's actually another like pretty good guilty pleasure deck for me. I just have kind of forgotten it exists because you're not allowed to skip in this category, so you don't get to play with the Anaglyph deck. You just kind of have to deal with the not Anaglyph deck.
Yeah, there's a lot of love for the Anaglyph deck in chat. Our JD is also with me on the Checkered deck, train as well. And everybody, if you want to tell me what your favorite deck is, definitely think about doing it in the form of a donation. If you can, definitely go ahead and type in !donate in chat, or click the pinned chat at the top of Twitch chat, hit that link, get to the donation page, and let me know what your favorite deck is in Balatro.
Cool stuff. All right, we are about to make it out of the Plasma deck. Thank goodness. It was a rough, shaky start, but we are going to make it out of this deck and into the next ones and play something that looks a little bit more like normal Balatro in the very near future. We'll take a quick opportunity, just for safety's sake, to do a roll down here. We have nothing else to do with the money, and we can replace this Marble Joker with something that offers chips or can otherwise improve our run. Okay, there we go, Mr. Bones. That is as safe as it gets. There is no way anything can go wrong with Mr. Bones with us. If you just meet, like 25% of the required chip total, which we already have, Mr. Bones will save you if you, for whatever reason, don't meet the last little bit over the edge. So
yeah, that was a super find right there. Clutch.
Yep. Hey, we love our boy. Mr. Bones is another one that's just like, I don't know if you showing up is auspicious or if I should be scared if you're an omen, but in this case it's looking like it's going to be auspicious. We're going to get out of the Plasma deck and move on.
Didn't even need
greener
it.
Pastures. All right, one down. Onto the Checkered deck. I've memorized how many clicks. It's 4. So now you'll notice, hey, we have 2 colors now. We have spades, we have hearts. Black and red cards. Perfectly even split. That's what we're rolling with. Ooh, Swashbuckler early. Cloud 9, huh? Nah. We'll scout this pack. Okay, Green Joker. This is a generically great Joker to be seeing. It's not the fastest in the world. we're going to be playing some deliberately weak hands here for a little bit. And the reasoning being, we want to give this guy some opportunity to scale. Because that's going to be, this is almost assuredly going to be a Joker that's with us at the very end of the game. Here, we'll play a straight flush just for some flair. Since we got one. So every single time we play a hand, it gets bigger. Every time we discard a card, it gets smaller. Obviously, we just simply don't discard ever, if we can avoid it. And that is how we take advantage of this. Now, the one thing that's a little awkward is it can be hard to play only 5 cards into the Psychic without accidentally overplaying. Like, see, we missed 1 hand's worth of opportunity to keep scaling the green Joker. It's most important early. Oh, and a Stencil. All right, Stencil's
Nice.
pretty cool. This is good. Stencil just gives you a big, huge flat multiplier based on how many empty slots you've got worth of Jokers. We'll play some slightly bigger hands, but this is a good deck agnostic start. And the Blueprint. All right.
Nice.
Blueprint's just a raw copy of the Joker right next to it. So, okay, I'm actually going to, this is going to look a little weird. I don't even know if I'm going to have too much of in the way of a choice. Even if I play the weakest of weak sauce hands I've got available, we're going to be getting pretty big. So we got to be a little careful about that. We don't want to too much overplay because the scaling is still important. We're not completely out of the woods yet, but even still, I guess we could do this in a pinch. Not that it resolves the problem that much. We're still playing absolutely massive hands. And we get to play high cards, so we have fewer cards to watch animate. It's... Okay, Michael, get in. So I know we're diluting our Joker Stencil a bit, but Gros Michel is one of the better Jokers we're picking up. Starts out with a big raw mult value of 15, and it's got this 1 in 6 chance of getting destroyed. And when it's destroyed, it spawns a new Joker into the common Joker pool called Cavendish. I don't know if you've ever heard anyone geek out about like banana flavoring and how bananas don't taste like how bananas used to taste, or bananas used to have a formal flavor. That's the Gros Michel versus Cavendish thing. I believe Cavendish is the original flavor, and Gros Michel is like what we would commonly understand a banana to be today. Banana-ologists in chat, correct me if I'm wrong, let me know. But we're going to grab this banana, we're going to hope to scarf it down. I discussed during like the buffet percent, that's this is one of the food Jokers that we need to eat in that silly meme run. But yeah, cruising.
Leif, we were having a little bit of fun at my expense in the chat because of my inability to pronounce things correctly. For the game, we've got some people who think it's Balatro and Balatro. You're our resident expert here. How do we pronounce the name?
Oh, it's Balatro.
Balatro. There you go, everyone.
Source, just trust me. Oh, 4 fingers, huh? I don't want to take that and dilute Joker Stencil, so we're just going to keep cruising. All right. I'm going to click the suit switch button, and based on how many cards moved, I think this is a heart flush. It is. So that's a thing that you can get clever with in casual runs, is using the suit versus rank switch. Oh, banner is excellent right now. We were needing something to cover chips. It's not as pronounced good as it is in the Plasma deck, but it's still a perfectly fine source of raw chips out of the blue. I'm even going to level up high card since we're playing it enough. Oh, and there's Cavendish. All right, sweet. Well, it's a little bit awkward. Joker Stencil's not doing anything right now, but the rest of our deck is. In fact, Joker Stencil's really not doing anything right now, nor is Blueprint. Let's move Blueprint over to copy Cavendish. There we go. That's a little bit more like the numbers we were expecting to see.
Now you're cooking.
Now we're cooking. Keep leveling up some stuff. Do some little... delayed. All right. If Joker Stencil's not doing anything, I'm going to grab delayed gratification. That's just a good money Joker. If we see something that somehow ends up outscaling our green Joker, then cool, we'll have it. But yeah, we're one-hit wondering hands right now. We've got a lot going for us. This is looking like a good run. This one's looking like it's going to be pretty clean and easy.
Well, it's the checkered deck. Of course it's going to be.
It's my smoothest little sailor. It's the most reliable deck. I am never, ever, ever displeased with what the checkered deck will do to me. What Plasma and Abandoned will do to me sometimes, I have some other concerns. But checkered is nice. Checkered is a nice, good egg. Checkered can have access to the college fund.
It's funny, in chat we've got individuals saying that Cavendish always makes me so nervous, and everyone's noting we're not even doing flushes at this point.
Oh yeah, who needs flushes?
Who needs flushes? The entire purpose of the deck. Yeah.
We're trying to go fast. Flushes take more than one card. Cruising and grooving. And yeah, like here you can see Green Joker on its own in conjunction with some multi-molt is enough to get you through a run. When you're like kind of learning this game, like a thing that you have to kind of like wrap your brain around that's a little bit different from playing casually is you don't have to care as much about what's happening on the bottom of your screen with your poker hand. Most of the numbers are happening up here. Oh, and we got an antimatter. Oh no, our stencil! We lost our stencil! Come back, I'm sorry! I didn't mean it! We're just gonna grab a bloodstone, because that's pretty sick. Not the sickest of sick. If we need to, like, really slam jam win a hand, that's a good way of doing it, because any heart flush, it's likely that we'll get more than enough, but... And just to be safe... and maybe to get our total money count to 169 for a few fleeting moments. In fact, we'll do a quick little check just to see how much the Bloodstone would potentially do. The answer's quite a bit.
Well, it was nice while it lasted.
Oh no, it's disabled. Oh no, that's disabled. That's actually kind of sad. This should be fine though. Oh, you? Really? That's fine. Alright, get me out of this deck. One more, it's time for the Abandoned deck.
Alright, let's go.
How are we doing on time so far? I know we had a rough go at the start, but...
Things are looking good, at least on my end. I see 31 minutes and 58 seconds.
That's not bad considering we reset 11 minutes into a run. That's not bad at all. I am pretty happy with that. All right, we're going to grab Fibonacci because we do have a bunch of numbered cards in the Abandoned deck. This is the deck that scares me the most. I like it. I like the conceit of it. I like the graphic look of it where like the deck's all scuffed and cracked. It scares me. But we got Green Joker again, and maybe we'll just have another gentle Green Joker run. Maybe, just maybe. Green Joker with special guest Fibonacci. Now, there are other things that we could hope to see here. Half Joker's tempting. I like Saturn. I think what we'll do is we'll buy Saturn, then we'll buy the Overstock. That way, we get to see an extra Joker for free, quote-unquote. All right, let's take some time to scale our Green Joker as well, if possible. If we're going to have the guy, we may as well treat him right. All right, and now we need... And I shall not be slighted by 2 chips today. Not this. Oh my gosh, and we got the Ride the Bus. Wow, okay, cool. So Ride the Bus is a lot like Green Joker, except it doesn't have the discard clause on it, and it only resets entirely if you play a face card. But, fun fact, Abandoned deck doesn't have those. Not by default, anyways. So we get to kind of just cruise for a while, and we have 2 Jokers that are going to be scaling by 1 every time we play anything. I don't want to just get too loosey-goosey with it, because we do still have... We're still lacking a long-term chip solution here. We're going to play some non-Fibonacci numbers, just for a few hands. So we have a pair of Fibonacci numbers here to go in for the kill when we're ready for that. Like so.
All right.
Looking good.
Even if I know you're...
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I was just going to say, even when I know you're fully in control and we're on that final hand, it's just, I'm just completely scared and waiting. And I'm like, please be the one.
Oh, you're scared? Good, you should be scared. I'm scared on the final hands, too. Every time I think the numbers are perfectly right, it's just like, but hold on, I know math. I know how this works. There's no way something could go wrong here. And then, whoo. Oh, I want to afford it. I can. You know, yeah, we're going to do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
See you later, Fibonacci. Yeah.
Get in there. All right, we got the nanner. We love the nanner. We crave the nanner. We're about to get both of these other jokers past nanner points, so... Okay, now we do have to be a little bit careful here. So, let's see. Is a 2-pair going to be enough? Think so. I'm willing to compromise Green Joker a little bit to try and get a full house for it. Am I willing to compromise any more? Alright. I think this will be fine. Yeah, more than fine. It's always one of those ones. You never know for sure. See some numbers that look mighty close. Okay, this is obnoxious because we do actually have to slam out 5 cards. I believe I discovered, well, I didn't discover for the community, I more just discovered for myself, that if you don't play a 5-card hand, even things like Green Joker and Ride the Bus, they just straight up don't do anything. It's like, nope, you didn't play a hand, so these things that scale when you play hands are not scaling. Brutal.
Now, Leif, I know obviously what I'm about to ask completely matters on the deck you're using or the strategy that you're utilizing, depending on what hands you're given, but between foil, holographic, polychrome, and negative, which is your favorite to throw on top of a card?
I feel like everyone really loves polychrome. I like, and again, like you mentioned context, it's like, yeah, early game I want to see holographic because you just like having a card that does it for you. Ooh. This is spicy. Oh, we also have a stem. That's also spicy.
That's a very good set of jokers you got there.
Yep, and I can afford them both, but it does not make sense to take them both. Ooh, okay. This is the kind of thing that, like, I don't know if you ever read those, like, Scry magazine or whatever, like Magic the Gathering puzzles, where they're just like, hey, here's the situation, here's the board, your opponent's at this much life total, and you got to figure out how to kill him in one turn. That screen right there was that for Balatro, and I don't know if I did the puzzle correctly. This feels correct. This feels like it's along the right lines. My only issue with taking... Actually, we don't need to up our hand size. We'll be fine without. My only issue with taking Joker Stencil over Hologram is, like, Hologram has a much higher, or has a potentially higher ceiling, but the problem is if you don't see anything else, it's a dead card. And having a dead Joker is just, like, it's brutal. Oh, grabber. We're getting the good stuff. This is looking good.
Getting a lot of holographic love in the chat.
Holographic is pretty high.
It is. And we got even someone saying that they are all about the negative. More jokers can't go wrong.
That's actually the real modifier that I actually like the most. I like negative. I like freebies. You show me a thing and say, and it's just yours. It's free real estate, and I'm in. I'm so here for the advantage plays where we just get to slam jam without any consequence whatsoever. Usually, I have had weird scenarios, like you can get corner cases where there's like a negative Joker sitting in your area, and it's just like, you're actually bad for me right now. Wait a minute. You're not cool. I thought we were cash money. We're not cash money. But none of these guys. Rocket's the only one that's looking a little sus at the moment, and even Rocket's fine. It's like, I like money. You're making Stencil look a little awkward, but I do like money. Oh, ramen. Okay. Goodbye, Rocket. Hello, ramen. I think this might be enough to just win the run. So, no repeat hand types. We have to be a little careful with the eye. But I think this full house should probably knock it out. All right.
There we go.
Beautiful. That's an unfortunate boss blind because we don't have much opportunity to farm Green Joker. Oh my gosh, Nacho Tong and Bull. Interesting. I'm kind of tempted to ditch the Joker stencil for... Let's look at our boss blind. Okay, this boss blind is fine. Are we getting rid of Ride the Bus? No, we don't need to get rid of any of our... Yeah. Yes, okay. I like this and buying Bull because now we have another Joker slot for later. We have something that is giving us chips, and it's something I can now play around. And we're still doing fine as far as score. It's one of those, like, getting rid of a multi Joker always feels a little sus. It's always the kind of thing that I have to, like, deliberate a little bit. But we're just going for lucky because I'm feeling lucky. All right. Now, that said, I don't want to be rolling too much or buying too much because I do want this number to go up so that the bull gets better. But we're still doing fine. But yeah, I mentioned hype about Grabber and Nacho Tong, the vouchers that give us extra hands. Aside from just like the winning the game part of getting extra hands, that's really nice. Extra hands is extra money because you get money for each hand that you did not use to clear a round. So over time, Grabber and Nacho Tong will just naturally pay for themselves in any run.
And I don't want to get Yu-Gi-Oh on you, Leif, but you got to believe in the heart of the cards.
Oh, you absolutely do. This is my grandfather's deck. Have you seen how scuffed it is? My grandfather's been playing with this deck ever since Balatro wasn't on a TV.
I'm sorry, wasn't it Balatro? Is what you said earlier?
Oh yes, but Balatro. Yes, sorry. I don't know what that other game. They called it Balatro back in the day, as was the style at the time.
Oui.
Okay. Oh my gosh, and we get bootstraps. Bootstraps is so comparable with everything else we have going on right now, but we don't have a stencil, so we can just buy it for free. Look at that. Well, not for free, but we can just buy it. I don't have to deliberate about what I'm going to sell. I just have an empty slot. Cool. So these two are ones that I want to see in almost every run. Not always Plasma. You don't want to see bootstraps, but anything else. We don't even necessarily have that much in the way of money jokers, and it's still, like, supplying so much of our overall score. Let's see. Yep, we just have a straight. Play that. The needle's another one that's tense. If there's one that I'm kind of like clenching and shivering a little bit, it's always the needle. All right. Ante-8, flip and shuffle all Joker cards. That's smooth sailing. So, all right, we'll be getting ready for time once we get to the last blind. It's probably only going to be a hand or two. So,
you got this.
Small blind. Oh, shoot. I skipped that shop too quickly. There was a thing that would have given us a lot of money and it would have made bootstraps and bull better, but that's okay. The finish line is in sight.
Heart of the cards, you got this.
We are within reach. Yep, nothing new here.
All right, chat, give your energy to Leif. We could get this going. Let's go.
Of course, the ramen was at the very front. And time.
GG.
Cool. All right. What do we end up with?
We got 42.56.
Okay. Honestly, again, considering how horrific of a first plasma deck that was, if you like knock the 11 minutes off in the back of your head, that's pretty good. That was a really good run. I'm super duper stoked with how that played out. So yeah, that's Balatro. Thank you so much for having me. Shout outs to Sixa from the Balatro Discord and community for bringing this game to GDQ for the first time. Shout out to Gothic Lord UK for pioneering the buffet percent format. Shout out to Balatro speedrunning in general. Shout out to the developers of Ankh, the in-game timer that I had to hide because of a weird reset. It's an excellent tool. It makes auto splitting and going through these runs easy, and it makes things for our validators easier. And super duper huge thank you and shout out to all of you in chat. To you, Addie Joe, you've been awesome to have around as a host, and to the trans community and the furry community at large. It's been a privilege to run at Fastest Furs once again, and I hope to be able to do so in the future.
Leif, thank you very, very much. If you could let everyone know, actually, really quickly, just for everybody, I'm sorry. That was such a beautiful, beautiful explanation of the game as you went about explaining it. It really made a lot of newer people who might not know much about Balatro. It made it super easy for them to really follow. So thank you, everybody. Let's give it up in chat one more time for LeifOtter and that 3-deck random seed no skips run of Balatro. That was super duper fun. And thank you again, Leif, for being patient with me as well. Everybody, you are watching Fastest First Fall Fest 2024 in support of Trans Lifeline. The mission of Trans Lifeline is to connect trans people to the community support and resources that they need to survive and thrive. They envision a world where trans people have the connection, economic security, and care that everyone needs and deserves, free of police, emergency responders, and prisons that disproportionately inflict violence and mistreatment on trans individuals. Since 2014, Trans Lifeline operators have answered over 100,000 calls from their peers, and we fully support the mission of Trans Lifeline to help and empower trans people through the power of community and shared live experience. To learn more, please visit www.translifeline.org. Everybody, we are going to be taking a very, very quick break. This is a great time for you to grab some water, maybe stretch a little bit, but don't go too far, because Fastest First Fall Fest 2024 will be right back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Fastest Furs 2024. I'm your new host for now, Brosencha. Just go ahead and roll with it, okay? I'm sneaking in, I'm creeping in, because we've got a fantastic marathon going on this week, and I hope you all enjoyed Balatro. I still need to get all of the decks unlocked. You know, I've been a little bit slow there, but we're getting there. Now, I do want you to know, thanks to the incredible generosity of our Fastest Furs community, we are thrilled to offer a different assortment of prizes, as well as a unique grand prize for each day throughout the event during our weekend stream, today and tomorrow. Cumulative donations of at least $50 during the stream will automatically qualify you to win our weekend grand prize, a 512 gigabyte LCD stream deck donated by Sonic Mega. Additional prizes are also available as well. If you make a single donation of at least $25 for a full list of the prizes available each day, use the command !prizes in chat. And honestly, you all have a lot of fantastic things to donate for. I love the Trans Lifeline. I am so glad they're here. But we've got some open incentives. Kirby's Epic Yarn. There's a little trick that they want to show off at the end. But you have to reach that target amount of $300. We're already at 132. Get those donations in. I would love to see that get met. It needs to be met by the end of the run, so please get those in. We've also got the red or blue tunic bid war going on for The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX. Fortunately, it's still pretty early on. We have $20 on red and $5 on blue. I don't know, I used to be a blue kind of person, used to be my favorite color, but I'm kind of more like the red and the green. I don't know. I feel like just because my parents gave me blue carpet when I was a kid doesn't mean that I have to love blue, right? Right. Well, good to see everybody in chat. I hope you are doing well. I've enjoyed the runs quite a bit this weekend, and, you know, we've got a lot more coming up. Kirby's Epic Yarn next, Yellow Taxi Goes Vroom, Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening DX, Kazumachi Behind the Twilight, and Final Fantasy IX. Those are the next 5 runs that we have in line for you. Also, keep your eyes open. We will probably open more incentives as time goes on. Ooh, chat is asking, what about purple? Purple is a good color. I don't think we can give Link a purple tunic, but you should be able to, okay? He would look amazing. Now, we are thrilled to once again partner with Timberwolf Trading to bring our Fall Fest 2024 Marathon shirts to you. Use the command !merch in chat to browse our new Fall Fest 2024 designs from Sky Blue Arts, Flux, Rotom, Fizzy J, and Autumn Wyvern. $5 from each shirt will be donated directly to Trans Lifeline. They'll only be available until the end of the event, so don't miss out on your chance to pick one up today. You can also check out the entire Timberwolf Trading store online at www.timberwolftrading.ca, where you can order your own custom stickers, shirts, laser engravings, and more from this furry-owned business. Honestly, I love perusing the site just to see a little bit of what they have, and the fact that we have multiple event shirts, awesome artists, awesome creativity there. I'm trying to decide which one I'm going to get, but I'm probably going to order that either tonight or early tomorrow so I make sure I get it in. You know, this is a limited time, so you only have a couple days to get one of those shirts if you'd like. Now, I just was thinking, you know, we've had a lot of amazing runs. I did want to hear what your runs were, chat. So, you know, if you have a favorite run personally, feel free to go ahead and shout those out. But we honestly are just about ready to go.